should have UPS, Bilal bhai.
Okay. No, we have power generator backup, but then it takes a little bit time. Once it goes, generator comes up, the router will take time, right? Wi-Fi will take time. Okay.
Yes, right.
So what I was telling you, the Sarf basically is a machine which where you give input one word, you can generate 100 words. What I mean to say is, it basically, it's a study of learning patterns. There are different patterns in the verb families, verb in the fail. Okay, and each pattern will have some certain words. Okay, and that pattern, one pattern, each pattern will be called families. Okay, you can families of verbs. That's it. That's all about it. So Surf will actually the study of families of verbs. So there are around 10 families in the verb in a fail. Okay, 10 families. In Arabic, it's called Bab. Bab 1, Bab 2, Bab 3. So I'm loosely translating that Bab as a family. Okay. So there are 10 families in the fail, and each family will have some words. It will have fail mazi, muzari, and other things, which I inshallah describe in a moment of time. So each family pattern is unique. So if there's a family one, okay, the words in that family, sound different. The pattern is unique. If there's a family two, the pattern is unique. So when you remember those patterns, for example, you remember the patterns of family two. If I give you any word, and if that word sounds like a family two, you can understand, oh, it's from family two. And from the when you connect it to the family two, for example, you can get its cousins in the family. So you can say, oh, that word is also from the same family. Then it can have, for example, other word like mazi, muzari, and all that. So let me tell you first of all what family contains. It is so family is basically family of fail is basically a container. Okay, it is basically a container. So and the container consists of following words. Okay. So what are those words? What kind of words it follows? First, the container will have fail mazi. Okay. Then it will have fail muzari or the same. Then it will have masdar. I will explain the masdar. What is this? Masdar is basically ism. So the container will have fail mazi, fail muzari, masdar of that family of the container. Then it will have ism file. Ism file means file of their container. Then it will have fail mazi majhul, fail mazi majhul, then fail muzari majhul, okay. Then again it will have masdar. Masdar will be same here but different. It will be different or the same of the same family. Okay. Then in this case ism file ke badle in the masdar row it will have ism maf'ul. Okay, that is the majhul part. So majhul is basically for example fail mazi, you have exactly fail majhul mazi majhul of that. Okay, fail muzari you have, then you will make fail muzari majhul of that. Then masdar will be same, and then you have ism file in case of normal ma'lum, and then ism maf'ul in case of majhul. Then you will have in that container fail amr. Okay. Then you have fail nahi. Then you have zarf. Okay. Now this is the container. Make a little bit spacing here. Okay. So there are 10 containers or 10 families in the for the fails. Each container will contain fail mazi, fail muzari, masdar, ism file, then fail mazi majhul, fail muzari majhul, masdar, and ism maf'ul, fail amr, fail nahi, and zarf. So each family will have these words, and each family will have different patterns. In a sense, the fail mazi in each family will be unique. Fail muzari will be sounding different. Masdar will be different. Ism file will be different. Fail mazi majhul you can derive from the fail mazi only. It will be different. Like that, all things, all the things, all these things will be different for different family. It will sound different for different family. It will have different patterns. The fail mazi pattern in the family one. Sorry, so the fail mazi pattern for the family one will be different. Fail muzari will be different. Likewise, if I say fail mazi for family 2, it will sound different. It will have different pattern. Fail muzari will be different. Now, if I give you, for example, I give you a word, for example, and that word is, for example, fail mazi. And if you remember the pattern of that fail mazi, for example, it was from family 2, for example, and you know how the fail mazi of the family 2 sounds, how is the pattern of that fail mazi in family 2, you can easily get that it is from family 2. Once you got it, it is fail mazi from family 2, for example, you know that how fail muzari looks like. So you can get it as fail muzari. And you know how masdar of that family looks like. You can get masdar of the same word. You know ism file how it looks like. You can get ism file of that word, right? So let me give you examples now so that you will understand. As I mentioned, there are 10 families in the around. There are more than, but 10 will focus. Okay, there are around 10 families we'll be focusing. Okay, 10 families which we'll go through. Family 1, I will not start. So there are actually 9 big families and 1 small family. What does it mean? This small family actually, little bit we have studied, the Nasara and all, there are some small families. What does small family and big family mean here? So when I say the big family, it means, generally we have root letters, 3 letters. हमेशा हमारा root letter जो होता है 3 letters का. For example, Nasara, you have studied that, right? Nasara is a fail which is made of 3 letters. But there are some fails which are made of more than 3 letters. Though the root letter will be 3, but there are extra letters put on the fail mazi. Correct? Which you will study, inshallah. So those are called big families. In the big families, you will have 3 root letters, plus you will have some additional letters. That's called mazid fihi. You have some additional letters. In the small families, the fail is only made of root letters. The fail is made up of only root letters. It's not beyond that. For example, Nasara. It's a family 1. Its root letter is Nasara, 3 letters, right? It's only made of 3 letters. There's extra. But on the contrary, if I give you like another kind of fail mazi like Akbara, it's from bigger family. You see, Akhabara, 4 letters. Though the root letter is 3 only, but there's one extra one, alif here. So the big families, actually, when I mean big families are the ones which have additional letters on top of root letters. and small family has only root letters. Okay. Now we will go through the big families first because small family is a big topic. Okay, I don't want to get through the small family first because it's a little bit complicated. So I will take you through the easy topic, that's big families. Big is a little bit easy. Okay, it's easy to memorize, actually remember. Okay, then inshallah once we finish these 9 families or big family, then we can inshallah go for small families. So that means I will not. So there is basically family 1 to family 10. So family 1 is a small family. It's a small family. And from 2 to family 2 to 10 are bigger families. So bigger families means which have letters more than 3. There will be additional letters on top of root letters. Okay, root letters only 3. So that means now family 1 will not study right now. We will study from family 2 to family 10. Now what we will study actually in this? We will take family 2 first. And we will see how family 2 looks like, how family 2 sounds, what is the patterns, what are the patterns of family 2. When I say patterns, we'll see how family fail mazi looks like in family 2, how fail muzari looks like in family 2, how ism masdar looks like, how ism file, how ism maf'ul, how masdar, majhul, and how amr and how nahi looks like. Okay, so let's take the root word, for example. Now we'll take the root word here. And meme lam, or not, and lam meme, and lam meme. Let's take the root word, and lam meme. Now we will say if we take a root word like and lam meme, we will see how family 2 can be made of from this root word and lam meme. Okay, tomorrow I can give you any root letter. I will give you, for example, zaraba. I'll give you fa and lam. I'll tell you make family 2. So today when you will learn how family 2 looks like when we use root letters and lam meme. You can take any root letters and make family 2 and you'll see how it looks like. So we will study first family 2. Now what is the thing which we will write first? It is family 2 which one we will write first?
Ain.
No. When we say family, in the family, what the family contains?
Root word.
An
Root word.
extra letter word. Express extra letter word.
No, you did understand. When we say family, what does family contain?
Root word, fail madi, fail mudari.
Root word is there. Okay, root word can change. I mean, say given the root
Container.
name,
Container.
the container will contain, the family 2 container will contain fail mazi, muzari,
Mudari.
masdar,
Amr.
then maf'ul.
Ism.
Maf'ul of all those things is a maf'ul, then nahi and amr. Now let's
Ji.
take the ain lam meme root word and let's see how fail mazi looks like in family 2. The fail mazi in family 2 looks like, if we take a root word like ain lam meme, it looks like this. I'll write fail mazi. Okay, you anyways, okay, I'll give you like this. So fail mazi in the family 2, given the root word ain lam meme, will look like allama. Allama. Okay, there is a hata on it. I will change the, I don't know why it is not getting highlighted. Okay, allama. Yes. So in the fail mazi, the container in the container, the fail mazi for family 2 will look like, given the root word and lamim, allama. Now, as I mentioned, bigger families means you have additional letters besides what? Root letters. Now, how many root letters were there? 3. Root letters will be only
3.
not beyond 3. But is there any extra letter here now in the fi'l mazi?
Yes,
Yes,
lam.
because of the
Lam.
tashdid, it will have an extra alif.
Lam, not alif, lam. Basically, it is
Lam. Ji.
lam.
Allama.
When there is a repetition of the letter in the Arabic word, they put tashdid. So tashdid means repetition. Whenever you see shadda here on any letter in Arabic, understand that that letter is being repeated twice. Okay.
Twice. Ji.
So if you see here, ayn lam mim is a root word, but there is an additional one letter lam, which is not a part of root. So the additional letter lam here is not a part of root, but it is additionally put. So this is another example of one example of the bigger family. In the small family, this will not happen. You will have only root words. Okay, the fail mazi is made of only root word. Now, anyways, now in the family 2 container, how does a fail mazi will look like now? Allama. You will put a lot of stress here. If you read
Allama.
If you read this like this, alama, then it is not family 2, it's family 1. The meaning is different. There's a difference of meaning. That's very, very important. If you did not pronounce it properly, for example, you read it like this, alama. You know that alama is different meaning than allama. Okay. Do you know what allama means? Allama means he taught.
He thought.
While as alama means he knows. It's different. There's a difference.
Ji.
Just hold on. There is
So the root word means he knows, is it? The root word allama means he knows.
hold on. Somebody's on the door. So hold on.
Allama. Allama. Allamu. Allamat. Allamata. Allamtra. Allamta. Allamtuma. Allamtum. Alamti. Alamtuma. Alamtunna. Alamtu. Alamna. المضارع يعلم
No, I think it will be yu'allimu, right?
Okay.
يعلم.
Okay, let's go back.
Allama yu'allimu. I think so. It will be like that.
You have already studied this, huh?
No,
Good.
no. We are just practicing, both of us.
Okay. Now, see, so now you have you now remembered how the fail mazi in family 2 looks like? Allama. Now, if I give you a word like, for example, dakhala, and I tell you, can you tell me the family of this? You can easily tell, yeah, dakhala, it looks like allama. Oh, it's a fail mazi from family.
Family 2.
Correct? Okay. Now, that is fail mazi. So remember this. So the fail mazi in family 2 looks like allama, fa'ala, dakhala. There's a middle mein, there is tajdeed in the fail mazi. Okay, and right? So any word looking like allama, like for example, I give example dakhala, it looks like allama, or you can say it is family 2 fail mazi. Now, from the container, the next one is fail muzari. Right? So how does fail muzari looks like, in family 2? So you tell me, fail muzari starts with what? Now,
Yeah.
we will not take all the fail muzaris. We'll take only one. The way we took fail mazi, only one. We took Hua version. So we will be taking here from Hua version only. The rest we can derive afterwards. The rest we can derive. Now, if you remember, I told you Sarf is a machine. When you give input one word, you can generate 100. Let's take an example of this. Fail mazi in the family 2 looks like allama. Hua version. Now, can you get its Huma version then? I gave you one word.
Allama.
Allama, Allamu, Allamat, Allamata, Allamna, Allamta. You see, from one word, input, you generated how many? Three. So how
14
many are there?
forms. 14
Three,
forms.
14.
14.
Now from the 14,
14.
you can get now more. Majhul. Only, majhul. You can see one. I gave you one. You identified one word from in the family. Okay, you got how many? So many, right? Now,
So,
let's take the example fail muzari. Now, how does fail muzari look like? So we'll take the Hua version only. I told you will take only Hua version. Rest you will derive. That's what Sarf is all about. You give them one word, you derive multiple words from it. Okay. So how does fail muzari looks like? So as we'll take only Hua version, so it will start with a ya, right? Okay. Remember one thing. So far, if you remember, the fail muzari which we have studied so far, it started with ya. Ya. For example, yansuru, yaftahu, yadribu, ya'lamu, yadkhulu. Correct? Today we
yeah.
are seeing one different pattern. So fail muzari in this family will look like this. Yu'allimu. Yu'allimu. Now, if you see, it's starting with you instead of ya. Now, what to do in this case? You might have seen in Quran some fail muzaris look like ya, some you. For example, sometimes you see ya'lama, ya'lamu. Sometimes you see yu'allimu. Sometimes you see yansuru. Sometimes you see yudakhilu. Why? What should be the, how will you identify whether the fail muzari is beginning with u sound or a sound? Remember, nail it in your brain, write it down somewhere. There are only three families. Family 2, family 3, and family 4. Whose fail muzari will start with o sound? There are only three families. Family 2, family 3, family 4, whose fail muzari will start with o sound. Rest all the families, their fail muzari will always start with fatha sound. Okay, if you remember this, you easily get it. So fail muzari in this family too will starts with u sound, and it sounds like yu'allimu. Correct? So now, can you get, if I give you, for example, a word like this, okay, now I give you a word like yu'allimu, and I tell you, can you tell me which family it belongs to? First of all, I'll ask you, yu'allimu. I'll ask you first question. Is it fail or is it ism? You will say fail. Second question I'll ask you, is it muzari or mazi? You will say muzari. Why? Because it's starting with ya and ending with dhamma. Okay. Now, third question will be, which family it belongs to? Now,
Family
as
2.
you know, it is family 2. The family 2 fail muzari looks like yu'allimu. Okay. You can get its family. The third question will be then, what is the root word? From the yu'allimu, can you tell me the root word? What is the root word now?
Ain, lam, mim.
Ain, lam, mim. Now, if I give you a word like yudakhilu, I give you a word like, for example, this. Yudakhilu. Okay. Yudakhilu. Now, first question will be, is it fail mazi or muzari?
It's a fail mudari.
Fail muzari.
Yudakhilu. Okay. Fail muzari. Second question will be, which family it belongs to?
Family 2.
Family 2. The third question will be, what is the root word?
Dakhala.
Yeah. So you will leave this you aside. You see dakhala. So you see, you got now root word. You got root letter of this word. You came to the root now. From the root, you can get the meaning. How? You type the root word in the dictionary. I'll teach you in a dictionary down the line. In the dictionaries, you cannot give simply meaning a word. You have to give the root letters. So you type the khala and find the dictionary. In the family 2, there are family 1, family 2 meanings. You can get the meaning. See, you got the word, you got its family, you got a type of word first of all. From the type, you got from the pattern, you can get its family. And from the now, if I tell you now, you got fail muzari of the family 2. Now, can you tell me it is fail mazi?
Mazi will be that only, no? Allama.
دخل دخل
Dakkala.
Now, even
Dakkala.
from the muzari, you got what it is? Fail mazi.
Busted.
Input I gave you fail muzari. You can derive it as fail muzari. I give you input from by remembering the pattern of the family. You can get it as fail mazi. And when inshallah we'll study masdar and all that, you can get it as masdar. You can get it as some file. You see, one word can give you understanding of the other words around that in that family. One word I gave you input, you can generate without even knowing what fail mazi of that word is. You can get it as fail mazi. Without seeing how it is fail masdar will look like, you can get it as fail masdar. So you can derive from fail muzari all other things in the container. You see, this is the power of Sarf. Okay. So then the third thing in the container is what? Masdar. What does masdar mean? Masdar is basically ism. It's a timeless entity. Ism. Okay. So why we call it ism file is also ism. What does masdar mean? So masdar basically is a quantity, is an entity, which is ism first of all. Second, it is derived from the fail. It is derived from the fail. Okay. And masdar is called loosely, it's called idea. Idea. For example, education. It's a ism, right? It's called idea. So masdar is ism, which is generally an idea. Okay. And it is masdar is ism which is derived from the fail. It is derived from the fail. We'll derive it from this fail. Fail mazi muzari. Okay, fail mazi. There are some other isms which are not derived from fail. Those are different isms. Okay, but the masdar isms are only ones which are derived from the fail. Okay, so when you say read somewhere something that it is a masdar, it means it is being that ism is being derived from the fail. There are some isms less in number which are not derived from ism. Those are called jamid words. Jamid means basically those isms are not derived from fail. That means that words cannot be surfized. We cannot surprise them. Okay, so they cannot surf can be done on those. Okay. So what is how does masdar look like in this family? So masdar will be ism. It will be only ism. Okay, masdar means idea, it's ism. So how does the masdar looks like in this family too? I think we are running out of time. Can you
Yes.
join the other link, please?
Okay.
Okay.